The maned wolf is an animal that makes many people who see it for the first time do a double take. No, the maned wolf is not a giant stretched out red fox, or even a wolf for that matter. This rather amazing, long and lean creature is a South American canid that is more closely related to the bush dog than the canid species most people are familiar with. One might look at the maned wolf and think that such a large animal would pose a threat to humans, but this couldn't be further from the truth. The nocturnal to crepuscular maned wolf is a mostly solitary, omnivorous hunter that specializes in small to medium-sized prey such as rodents, birds, and fish, similar to the fox that it resembles. Successful hunts of deer species are rare and probably occur with younger animals the same size as them, but the maned wolf's diet is likely composed of mostly plants, including the coveted tomato-like fruit, the wolf apple, which was named for the wolf's high year-round consumption of the plant. In fact, too much meat can cause them to develop bladder stones. Maned wolves may have formidably long legs, and their height can appear intimidating, but they are not so stocky and actively avoid humans in the wild. It is often mistakenly believed that the domesticated dog descended from aggressive, untamed wolves until humans aided them into becoming domesticated, either by stealing their pups or intentionally selectively breeding them. A far more likely scenario that is supported by ample evidence is that the predecessor to dogs domesticated themselves, and they already had the qualities we identify with domestication well before they were selectively bred in captivity. While size is often an important factor in what danger a species poses to humans, it's also the case that not all larger carnivores have evolved the instincts to be dangerous around humans. For instance, while considered to be big cats by some, cheetahs are significantly less dangerous than lions and tigers. However, sometimes socialized animals of any species can be unpredictable. Considering that the maned wolf, unlike big cats, bears, and hyenas, poses very little if any danger to humans, could this possibly mean that they would make a great domestication candidate? Or perhaps even make excellent pets? The maned wolf has a lot of qualities that might make the answer to this question yes. As a solitary species, the maned wolf wouldn't have socialization needs that make animals like guinea pigs and rabbits problematic in captivity when they are housed alone. Their natural history and dietary preferences mean they will not see adult humans as prey, and they are highly omnivorous, like dogs as well, surviving in human-disturbed habitats. They are behaviorally flexible. Maned wolves in zoos are fed commercial dog food as their main diet. Maned wolves are more like foxes than modern wild wolves, another so-called wild species that have been successfully domesticated. Their disposition is favorable, and they are often directly interacted with safely in zoos, as maned wolves are likely always housed in outdoor pens. We don't know if they can be house-trained and live partially or permanently indoors with their owners. This is especially important, given their strong-smelling urine. There may be one issue only standing in the way of maned wolves becoming pets: availability. Maned wolves are sadly a threatened species that do not breed extremely well in captivity, which is a trait that is important in domestication. Only a small number of zoos breed or even have maned wolves, and there are none in the private pet trade. The first U.S. captive maned wolves were brought to a zoo in 1975. Breeding success with this species has been inconsistent, as breeding pairs often fail to produce pups, and those that do lose their pups in a few days, often due to parental inexperience. Successful breeding typically occurs around 34 months of age, and their average age at first reproduction is 5 or 6 years, with reproductive viability decreasing around 12 years. Hand rearing has proven successful with maned wolves to increase their numbers in captivity. Of course, zoos with species survival programs often seek to reduce this involvement with humans and prefer the pups to be raised by their parents so they can retain wild traits. Theoretically, if maned wolves were permitted to be bred and socialized more often, their numbers would increase enough for surplus animals to become privately owned. In circumstances that likely will never take place, maned wolves could become domesticated from the pre-existing captive population. Of course, we'll never know what possibilities exist for this incredibly distinctive species.